So hot. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So, I graduated today. Crazy idea, crazy thought. I can't believe this day has finally come. My ceremony was in the morning, and I just want to say thank you so much to those of you who have congratulated me. It's amazing the support and love you can get from total strangers, and I just think that is just one of the coolest things about YouTube and the internet. So again, thank you so much for those of you who have congratulated me. It means a lot to me. So I'm about to head out actually to go to my graduation party with family. So I actually wanted to film the look I was going to be wearing tonight, so I did that for you. And I don't know, is it just me, or is it like every time you're going somewhere like important and you're getting dressed, it's like your room turns to like boiling like 1,000 degrees. Like it gets so hot. So I'm already getting a little bit flustered, but yeah, so that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, again, as always, you can tweak it to however you like, and use this for your holiday parties, New Year's parties, or whatever you want to do. I want to do something a little bit neutral that you could kind of pair not just for the winter season, but maybe all year round. So, without further ado, let's get into the tutorial.
Hey guys, okay, so I've already started on one eye and now moving on to the next. I'm first going to be priming my eyelids with MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, only because I really love this as an eye primer, and it really just helps even out the skin color and tone, so it gives us a nice clean canvas to work on. And I'm just using a little buffing brush to place this all over my eyelid from the bottom of my brow down to my eyelashes. Really make sure you get this on nice and even. You don't want any clips to interfere with your eyeshadow. Next, as I'm happy you can see by using this, I'm taking my Bobbi Brown Warm Glow Eye Palette. This is a palette I mentioned in my haul video. And I'm first taking the color Malted, and I'm just buffing this all into my crease in back and forth motions. Next, I'm going in with Sable. This is a darker tone brown, and I did start buffing this on the outer part of my crease. Remember that wherever you first place your brush is wherever you're going to have the most deposit of color. So, since I wanted the crease to be more defined, I am placing that on the outer corner first. Then, taking a more peachy tone shade, not from the palette, I am just making sure to use this. You don't have to do this, but I did it just to make sure everything was really nice and well blended. Then going in with a smaller blending brush, I am taking the shadow staple again, and I am just defining my crease even more. I am making sure to do this while my eyes are open, so this definition of the crease doesn't get lost if I were to do this when I'm closing my eye. Next, I am taking the color Champagne Quartz, and I am placing this over my lid area with a flat shader brush, just because I really want a nice smooth metallic sheen, and I really want to make sure that this goes all the way up into the crease, because I want that whole area to be nice and highlighted for the glitter we're going to put on later, which is just totally the fun part about this look. Next, I am taking a dark matte, very black eyeshadow and a small teeny tiny pencil brush, and I'm going to be starting this kind of in the pupil of my eye area, and I'm just going to be dragging this back and kind of sketching a rough draft of a wing. This is going to be where we're going to place our liner later, but I wanted it to be a more soft look, not so harsh and not a really nice defined cat eye. This is going to be more of like a smoked out wing, so this is just going to lay on over top. Then taking another clean pencil brush and just really buffing out the color. Then for the glitter, I am taking my Lime Crime Glitter Helper, and I am first placing a teeny tiny bit on the back of my hand, picking it up with a flat shader brush and placing that onto the ball of my lid. Then I'm going to dip that brush back into the lid of the glitter, and I'm just going to be packing this all onto the center of my eye where I really want the most glitter to be attached to. Since we are working with glitter, I wanted to make sure we did the eyes first, so this can prevent the glitter from falling and ruining our lovely foundation. Next, I am taking my Bobbi Brown Black Ink Gel Liner, and I'm just going to be placing this onto my waterline kind of heavily, and then I'm also going to be placing this on my upper lashes and tight lining. So just to make sure we have a really nice thick line underneath, since we aren't going to be pulling our eyeliner all the way to the inner corner. That way it attaches and there are no blank spaces where you can see skin peeking through. Then I'm just going to follow that direction, and yes, I know this is a horrible job. Look, bye Catherine. I totally got out of frame, but you get the idea. Next, onto foundation. I am taking my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and I'm going to be just placing this and pressing it all into my skin. I want it to have a nice hydrated look, and I really feel that this primer helps create that soft velvet but not matte finish. It really just makes the skin look really nice and smooth and soft. As you can tell just by pressing it on its own, it's already given my skin a nice poreless looking finish. Next, I am taking my YSL Fusion Ink Foundation. I am in the shade B20, and I am just going to be spreading this all over with a stippling brush. Gonna admit here that I really like to use this foundation when I feel like I am going somewhere really fancy schmancy. So since this was kind of a special occasion event, I decided to go with this foundation today. And it's a 24-hour wear, but trust me, I don't plan on wearing this for 24 hours. That wouldn't be really good or a smart choice. Next, I'm correcting underneath my eye area with my Bobbi Brown corrector. This is in the shade Light Bisque. And I did forget to do this before, so that's why here, when I'm showing you my concealer, I didn't have it on. But I made sure to put it back on before I put on the concealer. This is MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I am in the shade NW15. I'm not only using this under my eyes, but I'm also using this as a highlight. So taking a damp beauty blender, which I have found to be my most favorite way to spread out this concealer because it really shears out the product, but I find that the Pro Longwear Concealer can be a little bit drying and a very more matte finish, which I don't mind, but since I did want a long-lasting concealer, but I didn't want my under eye area to look dry or dehydrated, I find that using a beauty blender really helps with that, and it kind of smooths out the concealer evenly, but it leaves a more hydrated appearance. Next, I am taking my Bobbi Brown foundation stick in the color Golden since I did want a sharper contour for this. I am only going to be using this cream contour though on the hollows of my cheek, not the rest of my face. I wanted the hollows of the cheeks to be really nice and defined, definitely because of pictures. So I am placing this just right where my ear aligns and going down into the hollows of my cheek and making sure to be blending upwards, not downwards. That's going to defeat the total purpose of contouring. So I don't know why my camera is pulling this piece of footage really gray right now. I'm sure you guys can notice this too. I really don't know what's going on there, but I think sometimes due to the lighting, it makes me look kind of like this gray overcast, so I don't really like that. So excuse that, but it kind of changes from time to time. Okay, so now I'm going back to set the areas where we concealed. I am using my Bobbi Brown Sheer Press Powder. This is in the shade Pale Yellow, and I'm just pressing this onto the areas where we had put that Pro Longwear Concealer. Since we are using cream products first, I do want to make sure that when my natural oils start to come through, they're not going to make me look extremely shiny. And we're also going to be doing the same thing with our contour. I am taking my Bobbi Brown bronzer in the shade Golden Light and a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to be going over the areas where we cream contoured the hollows of my cheek, but I'm also going to be taking this onto my forehead, the sides of my temples, down my jawline. You get the idea. Not only will this help with contouring, but it will really help warm up the skin tone a teeny tiny bit, but you'll see later on we're going to further take steps to make sure we look a little bit warmer and not so pale. Then I am taking oh, I have like this cough. Then I am taking a smaller brush, and I'm going to be using this and the same bronzer to contour the sides of my nose along with the tip of my nose. Okay, so now I'm taking Mary Kay's bronzing powder. This is in the shade Light to Medium, and a big, huge, Morphe fluffy brush, and I'm using this to kind of press all over my skin to warm up the skin tone. Boom, I have eyebrows now and lashes on, so I decided to not film that because I'm sure you guys have seen this enough, and I do have an eyebrow tutorial. These lashes are from Luxie Lash, and they are in the style Woke Up Like This. Next, I'm taking my Bobbi Brown blush in Pale Pink. Then I'm going to be using the beautiful new Bobbi Brown highlighting powder. This is the Pink Glow shade, and I'm first going to be highlighting my Cupid's bow. I absolutely love doing this step. It makes my lips look nice and full, especially my upper lip, and really accentuates the shape of your Cupid's bow. Then I am taking them onto the high points of my cheek and kind of upward. You'll see in a minute. I want to connect it to where the bone above my eyebrow is at, but I'm also taking this onto the center of my chin and also on the tip of my nose lightly, only because I find if you go a little too heavy on the center of your face and you are an oily skin girl like myself, it can look a little crazy and a little too shiny for my liking. But definitely go crazy on those cheekbones because I think it looks absolutely beautiful. And here I am just looking for a smaller brush because I'm going to be using that same highlight to highlight my brow bone and also the inner part of my eye with the opposite end of that brush. I really like the nice flow of a connecting highlight from the top of your cheekbone up into the brow bone. I think it looks the most natural, and it just really complements the rest of the highlight we have put on our face. And definitely taking that on the inner corner of the eyes to really open up the eye area and make it look nice and bright. I want to keep this look kind of more on the fresh side, not too much of a smoked out effect. Next, I am taking a NYX lip liner. Oh my god, what's the color of this? Okay, it's in the shade Bloom, and I was just placing that on the center part of my lips to make sure my lipstick lasts a little bit longer throughout the rest of the night with all the talking and eating and drinking. Then I'm using my Bobbi Brown Rich Lip color. This is in the shade Cosmic Raspberry. I so wish the camera does this color justice, but it just doesn't. I mean, here it pulls definitely more of a muted pink, but this is such a beautiful raspberry color. I wish you guys could see it in person, but I'll definitely have a picture of it later. And then I am just buffing out slightly the bottom lash line and applying a few coats of mascara. So this is the completed look, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Again, take it, tweak it to your own liking. You just do your own thing. Until next time, I will see you all in my next video.